If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Check this out. Damn, LA, this is the one. Naab Radio is doing it again.
Welcome. This is your host, Keisha, and this is the Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. The Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Boom, boom. You guys, I want to just stop the mic for 1 second to give you guys a little insight on why these topics like that ain't right and habits, why we focus on those. It's not so much to put things out there to just be comical or to talk about people. It's a way for us to deal with our wellness, to be mentally stable about what it is that we're doing as habits or things that are not right that can mentally harm us. If your mind is not right and your mental is not right, your wellness is not right, your beauty is not right, and nor is your fitness. So that ain't right. I love you guys.
Ladies, girls, when you get up to get dressed to come to church, you need to realize you're coming to the holy house of God. You ought not to come here to show off, your legs. And if you're constantly having to fight to stay decent, you got the wrong wardrobe on. And not just for church, but for anywhere else. Now, I am not mad. I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
So, with that clip. Now, keep in mind, this is a pastor, and in the language of the way he's speaking, I'm assuming that we all can understand that he's a pastor. Mm-hmm. But let me start off. I agree with him when it comes to dressing appropriate. You know, when you're going to church, you should dress a certain type of way. You know, when you're going to your job, you should dress a certain type of way. However, I do not agree with a man telling a woman about her body, because here's the part. You know, he's a pastor of the church, so he can't send out a memo saying this is how I want my congregation to be, right? Right. But when it comes to the ending part, when he said everywhere or anywhere, it's like, wait a minute. Like, now you're going back to that part where you're telling a woman to cover up her body. And that's the thing. It's free. We're free. We can be beautiful. We can be however we choose to be.
Exactly.
I understand. Like I said, if I'm going to my corporate job or I'm going to church and this is the bylaw, the rules, I signed the application and whatever agreements that I needed to sign to honor that. But when I'm out and about, going to the grocery store, going to the club, going wherever I'm going, I shouldn't have to feel I need to cover myself up if I don't want to.
Exactly. I'm with you. Like, obviously, as a Christian woman, I agree with the message. You know, you should dress appropriately, especially when you're coming to church. Mm-hmm. That I 100% agree with. There is a time and place for everything. Just like you go to a job interview, you're not going to come in sweats.
Right.
And it's funny as it is, as a recruiter, we see a lot of like nurses come in as if they're about to do a grocery like shopping or something like that.
And they know better.
They know better, right? That's just an indication of who they are as a person. So I agree with the message, but like the delivery was off. You know, you can say in love. We can get the message, right? And I also feel like this pastor was projecting. So in a sense, I felt like he was pretty much saying, cover up, because I could possibly be sinning because I'm probably checking a girl. I probably shouldn't be. It just sounds like a projection to me, you know, because he seems so adamant about it. Like, make sure, you know, cover yourself. And
if the dress, if you sit down and you gotta pull all down. How would you know that? Don't get me wrong.
How would you know that?
I know you got eyes. I know that. But it also still comes off to how deep are you looking?
Exactly.
You know, and then for you to say anywhere,
like, come on, who are you?
That's that's taking it to a whole nother page.
And then another thing too, what about the men?
Exactly.
All right, the men come in like super tight shirts showing off their muscles, gray sweatpants,
Exactly.
or even tight jeans showing off the,
We never talk about that because men are okay to do that.
Yeah,
when it's also
double
another
standards.
enticement. Some men come in with just a blazer on and no t-shirt.
Exactly.
Like, come on now.
Showing their bare
you know
chest.
what you're doing.
Exactly.
I'm just saying this is
Hold
the
up.
body of
Exactly.
beauty.
Body of beauty.
Hold up.
That's Pony Boy
If
tapping
you
in.
are in church and you noticing the men wearing all their shirts on tight and they biceps is looking, that means that you sinning right there in church.
Oh my God.
sitting
But
there
what is the
sinning.
pastor doing
Thank
when
you.
he said what he said?
Right.
There's a difference because
Oh boy.
Explain the difference because I don't see it.
Here's the difference. There's a difference between when you're looking at something and lusting over it and when you're just noticing it. And I think from what he was basically saying is that sometimes, and let's be real about this, sometimes women are wearing things in church that make you lust over it. It's not just a noticeable thing, it's a lusting visual.
That's on you though.
Exactly. That's your mind frame.
Right.
That's
That's
what's
the
going
same
on in
thing.
your
a
mind.
hamburger and look and see how juicy it is. But if I'm dieting, I'm not gonna eat the hamburger.
Exactly.
Yes, that's true. It's your preference whether
Yeah,
you're going to
you can
continue.
acknowledge, yeah.
Yes, to continue.
And then you
acknowledging.
got to remember, he said his ending, it wasn't about just church anymore.
Yeah.
He took it and said anywhere.
Yeah,
so that
now,
means he's
in that
lusting
case,
to a certain
that's
degree.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a different case.
I mean, the message was aggressive. I got it. And I, like I said,
Right.
I agree with him with that, 90%. But as soon as he took it to saying anywhere, that's when it became an issue for me because it's like, okay, you're coming from the perspective of what you see and what you know,
Right.
but then now you're telling me what I can do because you're lusting over me. And that's a problem.
And I think in
Yeah.
the body of beauty topic of this and everything, I think it's more so of the message of be conscious about what atmosphere you're in
Of
when
course.
you are in an enticing environment.
Men or women, because
Men
that was
or
a
women.
that was
Yeah,
a great
the-
point,
yeah.
Ophelia, with
Yeah,
the
very-
men with the muscles, and that's true. That distracts women.
Yeah, exactly. My thing with the pastor is that his approach is so like aggressive. You can say things, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
And being a pastor, you should know better. Yes, I understand you're human and humans sin, but like say in love, right?
Right.
Because I'm sure most people, even though they believe with it, they're gonna take offense to it because
Yes.
of the aggressive way he
Right.
was communicating.
Yes.
He could have said it in love. We would have been like, yes, pastor, we totally agree with you.
Exactly, because I know, like, and just getting back on the subject, but off the subject a little.
Yeah.
When I used to go to church with my grandmother, and say, for example, the girls didn't wear dresses like past the knee, they would have like these
Yeah,
scarves that
slip.
they give you
Ah,
through the door and
yeah.
say, "This is what you put on."
Or
and
make you sit in the back of the church.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they have something covering you, but I'm like,
happens.
that happens.
I
You know,
mean,
you deal
I
with
had
so
to
many
sit in the back
different
of the
things.
church before because my
but
skirt
it-
was too short.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. He
Guys
also
will
made a
have
point-
bigger jackets to wear.
He also made a point that he's like, if you're wearing an outfit where you're constantly adjusting, that made a lot of sense. Like, come on, ladies. Like if you're in
I agree
church
with that
and you
one.
got to keep adjusting and pulling your skirt down and everything, that skirt is not the appropriate skirt for that atmosphere because it's not. Most people say it's church and God says, "Come as you are." You know,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
that
get
Bible
that,
verse.
and,
But
I,
that's
and,
a-
and I get that. But at the same time, it's just like you go to work and
Yeah.
there's casual Monday, you know what I mean, or
Friday.
Casual Friday. I'm
But
sorry,
it's
Casual
the
Friday.
same way with men. You come to church without shirts on, with the blazers, or the blazers are extra tight because you know your guns look better, you know? And you come in there because you want the women to see that. Let's be
Right.
real. People go to church to still network. Let's be honest. You want somebody that's in the same faith as you,
Speak on
but
it.
at the same time, you want that body of beauty.
Yes,
I
he
know,
should
no.
honestly just open another
I go to
Pandora
church
box.
for my message.
Stop
Oh
lying.
boy.
He's lying.
Oh boy.
I go
I'ma be
for my
honest.
feet. I
He's
get
lying.
my feet.
You want
and my
somebody that
spiritual
does the
message.
same
Fine.
spiritual
'Cause
as you.
when I go to church, it depends on. I go to
I'm
multiple
not at
churches,
church
right?
checking out biceps.
When I buy a new outfit, I go to certain churches. I won't say the name, but I know people go there. So I'm also I'm there for the word, but hey, I'm also looking around. But okay, he's fine. He looks good.
Yep.
All right, let's be
And
honest.
he in church.
Let's be
And
honest.
he's in church.
Listen,
Exactly.
Especially at black church. Black church,
that's the
man.
best way
Y'all
for
look.
your
It ain't
husband
just
and
black.
wives.
Everybody, we
White
look
churches do
good.
this too.
We look good
Right.
in church. I mean, come on, we look
We have
good
to
in church.
promote it, so I would go to church.
Think
Yes.
about it. Sometimes think about it. Remember back in the days, you used to go to the club. They dressed up to go to the club. Now they don't dress up to go to the club no more. Guess what? They look good in church like they was when they used to look in the club.
Place to find your spouse.
So trust me, men have to also be just as much as aware. And I wish the pastor would have touched on that too, because they do know that. They do have like jackets for them sometimes when they come in and it was too tight or they didn't wear shirts. So
I've never heard of that though.
The body of beauty.
Because they always focus on women. That's the issue.
Exactly.
I can probably say I've never even thought to pay attention that men are dressing and coming into church to entice the women a certain way, and that being a problem. So when you guys just said that, I really, really did just think about it. Like,
think about it. Women love muscles.
Yeah, when I go to
men know this.
Yeah.
When I'm ready and I'm going to church and everything, I am looking in the mirror like, ooh,
right.
You know,
your
like,
Sunday
looking
best.
at them guns.
Yeah.
But women, we go to show our legs a little, or we're enticing.
Right,
we're wrong. So it's
exactly.
always publicized around women.
I'm gonna give y'all this
sexuality.
one. I'm going to rock with you guys on this.
The body of beauty.
Because even if we show off our body, I don't think we're intentionally doing it because we're trying to entice or make people sin, right? Just like we all, because I remember growing up with my grandma, we used to get up early, iron our clothes, and do our hair. Going to church is something like you should be proud of. It's like you're going to the Academy Award. You're dressing for God. And I don't think women intentionally, some women, I wouldn't say all women, is intentionally like trying to dress inappropriately, right? Maybe they left this dress here. It could be short. They're not thinking like, oh, maybe I should wear a stocking underneath because maybe it's hot. But like they're trying to look their best.
Right. And I would say one thing out there too. Women are so quick to look at the other woman and say, oh, she trying to come to church to take somebody's husband or their man. But look at your man and see if he's in that mirror looking at his guns, looking at that chest, because he out to take another woman too. So you got to be conscious and also look at that too. Look at your setting where you're at too.
Exactly.
So we can kind of take this narrative off of just blaming women. Yeah. Pony made up a good point. He didn't even think about it in that way because it's not talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Good fact. I mean, true. I've never ever thought about that situation with men and the way women are feeling and thinking about that with the men in the church. Like, okay, men, are we dressing too sexy for church? Is just the question. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. I want to hear this in a comment. I want to hear what the guys got to say about this now. Women, if you're agreeing with this, bring some light to us as men. We need to know this. Do I need to dress down? Do I need to baggy out the shirts now? I mean, like I can't wear my fitted. I got really nice arm definition when I put on my shirts. Like, do I need to now I need to wear the baggy old saggy? Do we need to go back?
Look
to
appropriate.
It's crazy.
But be mindful that just as much as women are enticing men when it comes to their legs or their body shape, that y'all are doing the same thing and just quit getting so angry and aggressive at the woman and not looking at what men are doing to entice too. It's the whole foundation, not just one.
I love it. That part.
The body of beauty. Here at the Frost Guide Show with Naab Radio iHeart affiliate, we want your restaurant, your store, or shop to get a free shout out. Contact us at thefrostguideshow@gmail.com.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Check this out. Damn, LA, this is the one. Naab Radio is doing it again.
Number one, you're only her king because you're a slave for her. You don't deserve a queen unless you're a slave for a queen. She should never have to do anything but give life and be happy. You're supposed to make all your woman's dreams come. That's your job as a man. It's not her job to make your dreams come true. It's your job as a man to do that for her. And you don't ever want to disrespect your best friend and lie to your best friend. And, for me, it's like, if I got to go be with somebody else and cheat on you, that means I'm not with you. I miss you when I'm other places. I want you with me no matter what I'm doing. So, that's why you start a business with your woman, because you don't want your woman going to work with somebody else making something that her dream is You want to make her dream come true. So when you win, she wins, and work is all together. You know, life is about architecting the future. See, a lot of people are scared to think.
Man, this clip, Damon Dash, I am in love with it.
Yes,
he
girl,
speak
same.
on what we speak about in here about alpha males and educating the men again on what that stand for.
Right.
It's stand behind your woman, understanding that you don't always come first. She do. Understanding that this woman gives life. She should be happy. She should be in a good bliss. She shouldn't be worried about things. Right. So the way that does is that you put your everything, you put your all into that woman.
Right.
And you respect that. Like, why should, if a woman is the intuition and the insight and the man is the muscle, right? Why do a man has to always be in front? What is the muscle gonna do in front when you needed to be in the back?
Preach, preach, Reverend Keisha.
Oh my God.
Yes, she is preaching, honey.
Yeah, but I'm about to jump in with the chorus.
Oh
line
God.
Get ready for the.
No, you're so funny.
I'm just saying, in the alpha male community, if you're gonna put yourself as that, right? You're gonna put yourself as a husband. Understand that when you're walking into that title and you want that type of respect, it is important for you to understand that that woman shouldn't want for anything, and she shouldn't have to go outside to want things. You know, you shouldn't be afraid to let her lead in the front. Not saying lead, but lead in the front, be in the front and you in the back because you watching everything and you loving on her. It should be that way.
Man, it's crazy because here's the thing. This is the realest, craziest fucking world out here. Like, for real. If I don't even know where to start with this.
I know.
Wait, let me just say this. Damon Dash, I fucks with Damon Dash hardcore. A lot of
shouts
shit
out
that
Damon
Dame.
Dash.
Yeah, shouts out to Dame. A lot of shit that Dame do and say and everything is, and I love him for the fact that when some motherfuckers is thinking, Dame says it and puts it out there. And he's real adamant about it and everything. And he don't take no shit with that. He gets the shit that comes with it and everything, but mainly Dame is on that. He's on that right there. But this part right here, I gotta jump in and just say this. Sometimes Dame can say some fuckboy shit too. Let's be real.
When
about
it's
it.
about women, it's fuckboy.
It's not just about women, and that's one thing women gotta understand. This ain't about just women. It's about men too, and this is a man speaking from a male's point of view of a male situation.
Okay.
Here's
Male
the thing.
point of view. Representative.
There's always been this thing with, there's been this big thing with women. When women didn't have right to vote, when women didn't have this to do that, when women couldn't go out and get a job and all of these things and everything and so forth and everything, they were against this. They were against being the leaders of their household, being the breadwinners and all that and everything. They were like, no, we have the ability to be able to do this just as good as you, if not better than you, and we can run households and we can do this and we can work these jobs and so forth.
Yes, with the backing of y'all.
They fought for this. They fought for this, and they fought for people to understand where they were coming from equally at the same time.
Of course.
But then you can't do that and then turn around and say, yeah, but then a man ain't shit if he don't lead my household, or if he don't do this or he don't do that, or he's just lazy for sitting back.
See, that be the message that y'all don't get. It's not that we're not saying that. What we're saying is treat us fair and treat us right. We go back to the thing, right? You will have let's say an athlete. You will sit there as his woman, his baby mama, his wife. You'll be there for him. You'll take all the hits that he has taken because you're right there with the kids, with him, being the business manager. And then soon as that man gets to his millions, he'll come back and say to you, you wasn't in there shooting them hoops with me, right?
Exactly.
But I literally was.
Exactly.
But and see, that's my thing. They'll go in there and get a younger woman or another woman, or you wasn't good enough to go half with when he want to leave. You want to leave, and that's cool. That's fine. But
exactly.
There we go.
Just to pick it back up what you said about back in the day when women was fighting for their rights. They were fighting for the rights because we were treated like we weren't ish. I don't like to cuss y'all, so I'm saying ish. So I feel like that's a different situation. So I feel like you're trying to compare like us fighting for our rights as human beings just to have the same right as men. That's not to say that a man can't support us or slave for us or provide for us.
Or lead.
Or lead. Yeah. As women, we want alpha males, and alpha males are supposed to lead. We are supposed to be.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so...
interesting?
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
The feminine energy.
Yeah.
So that's two different things.
No, I agree with you, and definitely I wasn't trying to compare that to that. I was saying that it's the yin and the yang of it. You know, it's like I can't grasp around the point of I want to do this, I need to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But then when you are doing this and everything, you're saying now you fuckers are not stepping up to the plate and everything.
Oh, like
or, excuse me,
like
men are not. You're saying my man is not this and my man is not that and everything. Yeah, you got little boys that sit at home and play games and stuff while their woman is out working. Yes, you do have that. That's a fact. But then you also have men that's out there grinding and going hard in it. And just because you are the breadwinner bringing the most home, you're getting the better jobs, the better positions and everything, you can't look down on him as being less of an alpha male because you are in a position to be in a higher status quo at this point.
But that's not what we do.
That's exactly what women are doing these days.
Well, I personally would never want my man to make less than me.
And on top of that, you brought up the situation with the athletes. Well, there are just as many female athletes out here today, now these days, that are the head breadwinners in the household because of them being out pro athletes. And there are men that are staying home, taking care of the kids.
Yeah, but they're still with their spouse, though.
Right.
Yeah, they're still with their spouse. And guess
But
what?
with us, though, it's
The women
opposite.
are leaving these guys too for the Italian producers or it's story after story.
It's not publicized
these men
like
are
that.
most likely using their insecurity because, again, guys get insecure.
Oh,
when
now there's a reason why they're leaving the men. It's a justifiable reason why the women are leaving their men who stay at home.
I'm just saying, if everybody followed his advice, I felt like what Damon Dash said was a key great point for men who is out there struggling with the fact of understanding what direction to go. Do I let my woman be independent and support her, or do I be independent and make her support me? Where do I go? And to be honest with you, I'm going to say it again. I stand by that. Women have insight. We have intuition that men don't see and don't have access to. Right. That's fine. But you are the muscle. Understand the muscle don't always need to be in front. And understand that it shouldn't be a thing where it's like a debation of I do this, you do this because I want my happiness. Why your happiness can't be with me and what I'm doing because you got your part too.
How can a woman tell a man what his position of a role as a man is? It don't work like that.
Damon Dash is a man telling men this.
He's not saying exactly what you said. You said, I am the muscle, but I can sit to the back end and everything. Here's the case, right? I'm the muscle. I'm the head of my household. I stand up in my household as the alpha male and everything. But I have a woman that is just as powerful mentally and structurally as I am, who is just as strong as a businesswoman as I am and everything. I don't stand to the back of her. I stand on the side of her.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. I feel like just because Damien used the word slave, it doesn't mean that, okay, you should be the head and then let me just go, yeah, no, it's the support. Because some men get intimidated when their women are making more than them or seem to be on the front line.
Little boys, once again, those are little boys.
Okay,
well, I mean, they
have
can be
to use qualified
men,
language then.
right? They don't have to be. Listen, little boys, yes, but they're grown men who are still in a little boy setting because you shouldn't be jealous of your woman if she's getting to that point. You should be by her side. You shouldn't feel like, oh, I can't let her get so high in demand because then, you know, I'm not high in demand, or getting upset that people want to talk with her, socialize with her, and be engaged with her if it's more men than women, and don't want the same. It's like, I'm not getting it.
Exactly. A great example is Party and Megan Stallion. Obviously, Megan Stallion is a bigger artist than he is, right? He still supports her, but I love the fact that he still do his music as well, right?
Exactly.
He's not like in the background, but he still support her because obviously she's the biggest star. And then I see, like, I think it was their her birthday or anniversary, he like flew her on like a private jet or something like that and had like a whole like phenomenal event for her, their anniversary. Even though she makes more money than he does, right? Because she's more the popular, more out there celebrity, but he still support her. Man. You know, he slays for her, but he does his own thing too. He's not just like doing nothing, just being at home, being a bum.
And then I'm gonna give shouts out to Jay-Z. You know why? I know Jay-Z. Yes, Jay-Z is a mega star, right? But when Beyonce is doing her thing, Jay is right there making sure people ain't taking no camera pictures, camera phone pictures of her.
Exactly.
He's there making sure that the stage and everything is right. He's behind the scenes, and he, even though he's a big mogul himself, he stands the hell back.
Exactly, and that's what we mean. We don't mean that we're tripping when you become a bum. We trip when you become a bum because that's not what you should be doing.
Right.
Jay-Z is a perfect example.
Yep, he is full force behind the scenes, making sure everything connect. I'm talking about
still a billionaire.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Shouts out to Jay. Shouts out to B.
Yep.
You know, but at the same time, you have to understand that that's the business that Jay-Z is in before Beyonce. You understand? Before Beyonce was there, Jay-Z was already doing this.
But it's different when it's personal.
Hold on. These are the things that he does as a professional in his lane. He understands not being on the stage and performing, but there's also light situation. There's stage hands. There's setups. There's sound booth things. And these are all the things that he knows about his business. So if his woman is coming up or doing the stage or doing the same thing in the same field, then it's a autopilot that sets in that says, this my woman and she gonna look just as good, if not better than me on this stage. I gotta make sure that all these things are happening too. So in his token, that's what he does already. Now, if you take the same topic and put it with a woman that's doing advertising business and a guy that's doing video game designs, he knows nothing about her lane of what she does as a business and everything. So it's a little difficult for him to be able to be that hard of a support for her when it comes to that. Yeah, he can open the door and carry up her documents, that, you know, her box of documents to the office or something. But once he's inside that door and everything, and then Dane was talking about bring your girl to the job so that she don't work somewhere else with someone else and all that. Now that's an insecure statement to me. Like, come on, bro.
That part is insecurity.
Yeah, I don't have to have it, even though that's a situation that works out for me and my wife because that's how we've always been.
Right, and shout out to you guys too, right?
We've always been like that. And he was right about the part. I want to miss you when you're not here. So if she take a day off of work and everything, I feel like I miss that element with her. That's like, if Keisha was here, this would be doing this and going this way and everything. When she's gone, the matrix is off for us.
Right.
But he's talking about something a little different. He's saying start a business with your woman so that she don't have to go work with some other guy.
Right.
I get that's a little bit off, but then at the same time, he did come back and say, why give that knowledge and that energy towards someone else's business when there could be with us supporting and doing ours? But every couple don't get along 24 hours a day, working 24 hours a day and living together even 24 hours a day.
Yeah. I just want to time back in and say the whole Jay-Z comment that I made wasn't about just business. It's personal too, how he takes on the lead of everything. They kind of talked about this a long time ago, what Beyonce did. Jay is not as vocal as she is with certain things. But going back to Damon Dash, that part about not letting her go work for someone else, I don't think he was talking about it in that perspective. I think he was speaking about it in a way of build that together, because he made a statement saying that people are scared. They're scared to venture out, architect their own life.
Right. He's a big advocate of that.
Yeah.
Also.
He was talking about in perspective of, you're going to walk out the house and go work for somebody else and teach them that knowledge, learn it yourself with your own stuff and build.
That's right. He is a big advocate. So I do believe that topic, that situation was more towards that, going that direction. It was about, let's do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
And let's not do it for others. More so than just saying, I don't want you to go working for no other man.
Right.
Because he's the same guy that has employees.
Yep.
And that means that everybody else that's employed with him has someone else's relationship and everything.
Right.
So to be saying that would be very hypocritical. I think he's mainly saying for that to come home. Let's build this together. Let's do this together, and let's be strong on that. And I think that was a great topic. I think that's why I said I stand behind a lot of things that the way that Dame says it and do. Sometimes the way he delivers his message is a little bit over people's heads and stuff, and he can't say some
delivery,
fuckboy
though,
shit.
in this,
That was
this
great.
aspect.
Yeah.
That was good.
And what I'm loving is that I'm seeing more men now be a little bit more vocal about how they should be alpha males and what they should do to provide for the women, because I feel like for like some centuries, women have gotten lost with how they do with our whole, or I can do it all by myself thing, and we can't.
We cannot. We need our men.
Yes. So
I heard that too.
I'm loving men educating
Did y'all hear
men
that?
now.
Who said that? Who said that? Say it again.
We need our men.
Yes.
Say it again.
It's not
These
a
are
one. We need our men.
two black women telling the world that they need their men.
Absolutely. I don't care how high I am in business.
Right.
I still need my man. Preferably my black men.
Black love.
I'm making that a new T-shirt for all women because so many women have went around and pushed this narrative that I don't need no man for nothing, and we all know that that's not true.
That's not
no, it's not true at all. I know
that's masculine energy.
It needs to stop.
It needs to stop.
It really needs to stop. You've been programmed. To do that.
I know my grandmother, taking it off the subject a little, my grandmother, she grew up and she had her children, but it was still single. And she made sure, she told my mom, my auntie, and me, it's important for you to have a man in that house. Right. Don't you go there. And you also understand the value of marriage.
Here are the top 5 things I would never do as a neuroscientist. Number 1 is mess up my sleep. I don't care if it makes me a grandpa. Less hours of sleep equals less hours of life. That's just been proven over and over and over again. What sleep does to decrease inflammation is in your brain is insane. I would never mess that up. 2 is not meditate. Meditation is one of the easiest ways to calm your mind down, decrease anxiety, decrease depression, and lower inflammation in your brain. I would never not at least have 10 minutes of meditation in my routine ever. Number 3 is binge drink alcohol. Alcohol inflames your brain directly and depresses you. Just that simple. Number 4 is not work out. I would never get so busy that I can't work out or can't get a workout in. It's so good. It releases BDNF, which decreases brain inflammation and increases neuroplasticity. And number 5 is let indecision hold me back. Our brains are made to decide things and act things, and we learn through failure. So act, assess, adjust. Act, assess, adjust is how I learn.
Welcome. This is your host, Keisha, and this is the Cross Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Cross Guide Show. The Cross Guide Show. The Cross Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. The Cross Guide Show. The Cross Guide Show. The Cross Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Boom, boom.
All right, guys, this is Genesis Adams. I am here with a special guest, Mr. Mike. He is the CEO of Naab Radio. I mean, hello, how are you?
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
No, it's so good to see you in the house, and you get to see how we do things and how we work and how we talk and how we have things here on this countertop, as you can see.
Yeah, other than sex.
How many glasses are on this countertop? But so what brings you in? Like, tell everybody what you got going on. I know Vegas is a huge thing that's coming up in September. What is going on there, and what can people expect?
Well, a lot is going on around Naab Radio right now. First thing, we are moving in the right direction as being a real radio station. We are an iHeart affiliate station, so that gives us a big brand. We have millions of listeners around the world, and so my job in Naab Radio is to keep the ball moving. And the next move that we're doing now is we're going to be doing the indie artist music festival in Las Vegas on the 24th. But we tying up the whole weekend. We're doing the 23rd as a mixer, and we are proud to announce our new location, which is Naab Radio Music Center in Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada.
All right. So we gonna be going out there to go ahead and speak, right? All right.
It's a full-fledged entertainment center.
Yes.
That, we can do it. We're doing concerts and events there, but we feel like Vegas is the place that we need to be now because we're starting Naab TV coming September the 1st, and we're gonna. It's going to be big. We actually go everything we go after. I'm fortunate enough that everything I go after is big. I don't really shortstop it, and so Naab TV is going to be just your next Netflix or something like that. But we're also using it for a really large streaming platform. We're going to stream this event on the 24th, but we got a lot of things coming down the pipeline right now. We're so excited about the Indie Artist Music Festival in Vegas because it's iHeart Music Weekend.
Yes.
These young artists will get to commingle with the other artists on iHeart. So we kind of doing our thing, and not in conjunction, but kind of together in a way that we're going to get these young artists and meet a lot of their favorite people.
Yeah.
And then I'm so excited because I have the Womack sisters performing.
Nice.
A lot of people don't know about them. They're a big family. They're very talented, and I think they have a lot going on once they can get their foothold. They have a new record coming out on the 9th of September, so we're going to do a record release at my place at Naab Radio's place in Vegas, and we just got a lot going on.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to clear about some of the people that they don't understand that we are a radio station.
Right.
And we have millions of listeners, so the world now doesn't come from the airways. It comes through your air phone.
Your iPhones and your Samsungs. Yeah.
So we are a station, and we compete with any other station. Your 106 and your 92.3.
Oh, 106 in Park. Yes. Oh, brings back memories.
Some days we're number one on iHeart.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
So we're definitely in the right direction of doing what we're doing. Indie artists, independent artists, get with us. We'd love to help you get your music played on our radio station and other iHeart stations also. So get with us. You can always DM us on our Instagram. That's our main platform. Or just call our office. We're there.
Because the lineup you have thus far, I mean, I've worked with some of the artists that are on the lineup for the Indie Artist Showcase, and I am very grateful that they're getting this platform. Because it's huge, sometimes all we just need is a little push in the door, and when the door's open, run through it.
Right.
And make your name known.
Right. And the best way to do that, too, is on the Frost Guy Show, because we not only showcase the music, but we showcase your music, your personality, your fitness, your beauty, everything. So tap in.
Yeah. But that's what I wanted to come on to, just to kind of give them an idea, give the listeners, because I'm back in the background. I'm not a radio host. I've never been a radio DJ.
Yeah, bless his heart.
But my thing is, I wanted a platform that I could get on and talk to millions of people. That makes sense. I don't want to talk to the ones that don't want to listen, and we just need this. The only other, it's not a lot of black-owned radio stations.
That's true.
That's really the only thing. I commend Stevie Wonder, even though he needs to move to the next level to trying to get. But he's a neighborhood station, but the world is out there today. I mean, right now, this show here is going to be aired all over the world.
Yes.
Africa, Asia, you name it, because we have the listeners,
And on TV.
And on TV. Now we are on TV. And a lot of things is happening. We have press play on our radio station. I'm excited about that.
Yes.
We have a Cali boy, excited about that. Cali's an A&R person at Universal. Now he's there. We have B. Mike Robb, excited about that. Mike is a really nice guy. He's been out here a long time, grinding for the young people. He's indie artists, So excited about that, And then we have some good DJs. So I just tell you guys to keep tapping in Naab Radio.
Yes. Well, we thank you for having us on this platform. Because like I said, God opens the door, and it's your job to run through that thing and make your mark. We are all here to make our marks.
Yes.
And I haven't listened to you guys' show a lot, but I looked at the numbers, and the numbers is good. So as long as we keep, keep our integrity in place,
Yes.
why are we doing it? That's the main thing, because we still have listeners that want to hear it, and like you guys' message. And I think you guys are doing a good job of that,
Thank you.
Well, we
Thank you.
appreciate the support, and more to come from the Frost Guide show. And thank you so much. Did you have anything else? You want to close us out?
I want to thank Pony Boy for being there.
Mhm.
And I want to thank Press Play and his whole team for being there, because Press Play is a guy that's been out here grinding for a long time.
Yes.
And whatever he's getting right now, he deserves it. That's what happens.
Yes. Right.
You keep grinding, eventually you're going to hit that point, and then things are going to work for you. So I really thank you guys for allowing me to come on today.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Press Play.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Naab Radio.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's good to have you on Sugarfoot, and we just wish all the best of luck to you in Vegas. And I'm excited for the showcase. Like I said, I've worked with a few of the artists out there, so I'm very excited.
What a world is listening.
At the Frost Guys Show with Naab Radio, iHeart affiliate, we want all business owners for a limited time. We are offering free radio advertisements to businesses. Advertising your business on the radio is a great way to reach new customers. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. Get your business advertised today with 2 weeks of free advertisements on Naab Radio. This is a limited time offer. The benefits: 2 weeks of free advertising, professional radio commercial for your business, notification for your business to all Naab Radio listeners, worldwide exposure to new customers, your choice of 15 radio stations to advertise on, your business listed free in our online business directory, your radio commercial on air with iHeart Radio and Naab Radio station.
You've made iHeartRadio the fastest growing music app in the U.S. Why? Because we connect you to all of your favorite music and radio stations in one free app. And this fall, prepare to take control of how you listen to the radio. Replay. That song on your radio you just can't hear enough? Immediately replay and sing along again. Save. Save the music you love on the radio directly to your playlist. Play. Search for and play any song on demand. Skips. Unlimited skips. Offline. Take the music from your favorite stations offline. Introducing iHeartRadio Plus and iHeartRadio All Access. Your radio now on demand.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
A little insight on why these topics like that ain't right and habits, why we focus on those. It's not so much to put things out there to just be comical or to talk about people. It's a way for us to deal with our wellness.
Giving another female attention is cheating. Making another female feel like she got a chance is cheating. Cheating is not just sexual. If you give that heifer my time and attention, you're cheating. Once you feel like you gotta hide it, lie about it, put it on D&D, you're cheating.
Yo, artists out there, do you have the next big hit, but there's just one problem? Your music is sitting on the shelf. It's just sitting there. No one's hearing it. Well, contact us over at Naab Radio and iHeart Radio. Get your music played up on the biggest platform in the world. 7 million to 620 million listeners are on this platform. Contact us now by sending your music and your contact information in to thefrostguideshow@gmail.com.
Welcome. This is your host, Keisha, and this is the Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide Show. The Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness.
Boom, boom. Thank you for tuning in into the Frost Guide to Beauty, Fitness, and Wellness. Make sure to keep it locked next time for another episode.
Yo, this is your girl Keisha. You can find me on IG at Frost Cosmetics, or you can hit me up personally at the LaKeisha Lemons.